Language makes human beings unique, and it is through language that we are converting sounds into words and combining these words into complex thoughts. In the case of babies, it is by the non-conscious process that children acquire a language. Actually, children have the capability of learning any language. And when they are babies, there is no need to teach them the language because they acquire a language through interacting with others. The language examples or words that adults provide to their children are called input. And adults don't usually use their adult speech to communicate with their babies because they speak to their children with, for example, an exaggerated intonation, extra loudness, intonation of questions, like this example.
Going like this? You going bouncy? Oh my goodness. Was it fun? Oh. Are you feeling better? Feel pretty good?
Well, it is said that the ability to absorb language and context and to transform it into an ability to understand and speak doesn't last forever. So, however, during puberty, children develop an ability for abstraction, which makes them better learners. Now, let's talk about acquisition and learning. Let's see the difference. Some people pick up the language without going to lesson classes, just by living in a language community, and that is the way in which they acquire the language. So other people go to classes in order to study what a language involves. And of course, it is with the help of teachers that we can foster the ability of speaking and understanding the language correctly. So now, Harold Palmer was interested in the difference between spontaneous and studial capabilities. Spontaneous capability is the ability to acquire a language naturally. So it is easier for us to express our thoughts and ideas. So studial capability allows students to organize their learning and apply their conscious knowledge to their tasks. So it is difficult to follow the structure we learned, and we are forming the structures whenever we speak, so that it's kind of difficult. Now let's talk about focus on form or focus on forms. Focus on form occurs when students direct their conscious attention to some feature of the language, such as a verb tense or the organization of some paragraphs. Focus on forms is when teachers and students focus on the way in which syllables or course books are structured around a series of language forms. Students acquire a language best when they have focused on it or when they have come across it in a meaningful, focused communicative task. So to acquire a language, repetition plays a very important role, since it transfers knowledge from the short term to the long-term memories. When it comes to repetition, if we as teachers ask students to repeat words or phrases, they will understand the meaning of those phrases, but probably they will not remember the structure of the sentence or the phrase, so that they need to practice in context to understand if the word is an adjective or a noun or an adverb, etc. Of course, every student is unique and has different strategies to learn a language. So getting students to think for themselves is one important aspect, and it is called learner-centeredness. It is when the learner is doing most of the work, often in pairs or in groups. So in this case, the teacher is just like a guide for students. To sum up, we as teachers need to know that exploration and research is very, very important when it comes to the students' acquisition of the language. We need to ask students to investigate create examples by their own, and many other things before we explain to them a specific topic. So in this way they are going to have like a background of the topic, and they are going to understand it better, since they are going to grasp more information about that topic. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you.